Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. I'm here today with our sign-specific weekly astrological tarot reading. This is for the week of September 3rd through September 9th, and this reading is for Leo. Okay, so quickly, I'm just going to go over the two pieces of astrology that I'll be focusing on for this week's reading. And that is, first, that Venus will station direct on Sunday. So everything we've been learning about how love, beauty, passion, and pleasure shape our identity, that is going to come to fruition at the very beginning of the week. And we're going to be able to use that to move forward with all of that knowledge now and towards the other beautiful piece of astrology, which is that there is a Mercury cazimi in Virgo on Wednesday. So Mercury is in retrograde, and we get a much needed, absolutely essential, beautiful, bright cazimi to really shine a light on all of the stuff we've been learning, specifically for us about our assets, our value. And we know how important that is to us. So let's not lose sight or waste any time. Let's get right to it. And as I begin my shuffle, I'll be thinking about the intention that I set for you, which is illuminating assets. Oh, I guess the Ten of Pentacles had something to say. So, illuminating assets. This could be literal assets. This could be financial assets. This could also be just values. Your personal assets. What makes you you? What makes you valuable in and of yourself. I'm sure Mercury retrograde has been dealing with that. Well, making you deal with that. Well, today, I really want to focus on that cazimi. So I want the sun to guide us. And so I've chosen the major arcana reading for the sun. A little variation on it. I'll be doing inner light, outer radiance, and then finally, cloudiness. What is potentially clouding that light and that radiance? Which we value so deeply, and especially what's maybe clouding us from understanding our own value. Well, this week, the Kazimi's here to help us, and I hope the tarot is too. So, let's start. With Inner Light, the card that I draw is the Three of Swords. Tough start, Leo. Let's move right along. Outer Radiance. The Three of Wands. Okay, final. Clouds. What's clouding this Kazimi's potential this week? Page of Cups. Okay. Mercury retrograde hasn't been super chill for us. And this spread definitely is saying that that's not really going to start this week. We will get a reprieve, and this spread does give us some guidance. So let's just get started from the beginning. Three of Swords. So first of all, though, before I do anything else, we got 2 threes. So the significance of that is going to be clear here. What the Three of Swords in Inner Light is showing me is that whatever you learned from this Venus retrograde period, whatever kind of stuff you've locked in about your heart, about passion and pleasure, and how you identify with beauty and all of that stuff, that has been stalled out hard by this Mercury retrograde. I think that's going to continue. It is also, though, your inner light, so it's your strength. It's our strength. Everything we learn from that Venus retrograde about ourselves is going to be so essential. It's just gonna be on pause for this retrograde period. This Kazimi, though, will shine a light on maybe how we can start using that or what direction we can kind of head in. And outer radiance, we get the Three of Wands. So where we can start kind of moving outward, where we can start kind of spreading what we've learned from Venus retrograde during Mercury's, the sun will show us that how we shine out is the Three of Wands. Not a great, fun card for us, but it's definitely a card that's calling for us to analyze, to look out at, and get a perspective on the outer world. So the way we shine out right now is by illuminating how we're valuable, learning that, going through that process, but then figuring out how we use that the best. That's what the Three of Wands is calling for here. What is radiating out from us is perspective. It's our line of sight. It's not necessarily us going out into it right now. Right now, it's us analyzing that. How are we going to spread what we learned from Venus retrograde about ourselves? How are we going to show up once Mercury stations direct? How are we going to do that? Well, the sun's going to help us. But to get the sun, to let the Cazimi really soak it in, to let it shine on us as much as we can so we can soak it in, we have to clear the clouds. And in the cloud position, we got the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is showing me that the best way to clear your clouds, the best way for us to let the sun shine on this review process of self-worth, is by listening to our intuition. This spread, and in particular the Page of Cups, is showing us that if we go a little bit internal this week, where we're used to going out, we need to stay a little internal. And we've been on retrograde reviews, so we're used to that. If we stay that way, if we just listen to our intuitions, if we get the perspective of the outer world and other people that we need to get, and if we just hold to all the beautiful stuff we learned from Venus's retrograde just a little bit longer, while we make sure that we are fully imbued with our sense of self-worth, if we tap into that intuition, get that inner perspective, and then that outer perspective, if we can do that, then once Mercury stations direct, we will be able to step out proudly and strongly and beautifully with our new garb, with our new vibe, all that Venus taught us, all that we learned about our self-worth. We'll be able to spread that out, to share that with everyone. Which is what we really want to do. That's what we can't wait for. But right now, embrace this Cazimi by reminding yourself how awesome you are. And then start to think about how that awesomeness can help others, or how we'll be able to show others how awesome we are, which we will. I'll see you next week.